In this video, I will answer 2 questions. At first, before I answer this question, you must first ask yourself a question: do you want to breed them and have a new budgie babies? Should I put nest to my budgies? Well, not all budgie owners will want to breed their birds, but if you do, there are a number of things you need to know. This carries with it a number of great responsibilities, even though it seems so easy to you. Make sure that you have a male and a female budgie. In one of my old videos, I explained how you can tell the gender. Since budgies mate for life, they are selective about who they breed with, which means that some couple will never have a babies. They go through a courting phase where they flirt with each other and get to know one another. Signs of budgies flirting are nibbling or grooming each other and touching beaks. I also have about this behavior in one of the old videos. Search in suggestions list or comment. Signs that a budgie is ready to mate and breed are excessive shredding their bedding, and the females may lay unfertilized eggs. The budgie's sires will change color. The males will turn to a solid dark blue, and the females will change to an off-white or deep tan color. Parrots reach maturity in about a year. They reproduce in the summer, when the light day is the longest and it's warmer throughout the day. In domestic conditions, parrots reproduce all year round, but most often in spring and autumn. When they provide enough foods and vitamins, they are ready to mate. Nesting boxes should be put into the bird's cage before they begin to breed, so they can get accustomed to it. This means that even though your birds have all the previous signs, it may take a year, 2 or more for the female to start laying fertilized eggs. The nest also cannot be any kind. You can find all the instructions for choosing a nest on the link in the proposal. If you are not ready for a big responsibility, I suggest you don't do it. Long before this process, during and after the hatching of the eggs, you have to take more care of the nutrition of the parents. That's not all. Various problems can occur during this process, which can end fatally for your bird. Think carefully. Are you ready? You may have to be in daily contact with experienced breeders and a veterinarian. This requires a lot of time and sometimes money as well. If you succeed, you must know in time what to do with new baby birds. Of course, they can be short with their parents, but when they reach a certain maturity, it can become a problem. They can start mating with their parents. In addition, many females in one place are always deadly for some of them. Why birds don't go in breeding box? When breeding birds, it is best to only have one pair per cage, because this may be the reason that the pair does not want to enter the nest. Your birds also need to be old enough to breed. The male should be over a year old, and the female should be 18 months to 2 years old. Breeding birds need privacy and space. Sometimes you even need to set up visual barriers between each cage, or they are too distracted by the other birds if they can't see them. They also need a nutritionally balanced diet. Seed mix will not provide the nutrition they need. In addition, they should have chopped veggies and fruits, and when they are breeding, they need cooked eggs with the shell crushed and cooked with them. They should also have a cuttle bone for extra calcium. You can also find a video on nutrition before, during, and after egg hatching on one of the links. Even if you do everything right and the birds are old enough, they might not breed. Not all birds will be good breeders. I think you will find your bird more enjoyable if you don't let them breed, especially if you are doing it for the first time. Once they are set up for breeding, you need to leave them alone as much as possible. This means you can forget about the daily petting of your bird.